right, that's cute. All right, let me make sure everybody knows that I'm on live for the most part. What? Hey, Abby. All right. All right, I see some people coming in now. I'm just making sure. Y'all know I only go live about 1.5 times a year, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I know you can see me good, I think. I don't know what time the eclipse is exactly. Let me find it real quick. Thank you. Unless somebody knows. It says 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we've already passed the peak of it. But it's still just as strong right now, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. This is a real casual, I was going to say meet and greet. No, this is Wiz Khalifa on the shirt. But yeah, this is a real casual live because, you know, I don't do YouTube full time anymore. I'm mostly on TikTok, Twitter, and Patreon. But I've been saying I wanted to go live for a minute. I just didn't have anything I really wanted to talk about. But this is like partly Patreon and YouTube at the same time. Y'all see what I mean in a minute. And I never know what time to do. I know I don't usually go live at night either. But I see this is like a vibe. I like this. Let me see. I took a nap today. I took a nap today as well, but that's because yesterday I went out last night. I didn't get home till like 3. I was so exhausted today. I feel fine, like emotionally. I've had so many like revelations, so much clarity come through for me. 1 a.m. Where are you? Where are you from? Where are you at? Can you hear the music in the background? Portugal. I've been to Portugal once. I've been to Portugal and Barcelona. It was really nice. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit of different things. Like I said, it's kind of casual. I'm not gonna do too crazy too much, but I am gonna answer questions that my patrons left me first, and I'm gonna frame them in a way where it can resonate for everybody. So, you know, listen out for your rising sign. You may hear something about your signs. You may hear something about something you're going through. And then at the end, I'll take some more questions, or we'll chit chat, because this is about the eclipse. So to be honest, I don't even remember what I visited in Portugal. I was only there for like maybe a day and a half, and that was like 5 years ago. We did like mostly like tourist stuff. Like we kind of walked around, went to different, what you call it, like the little street vendor stuff. What's a good way, or how do you cleanse your auric field and command your space? Cleaning up helps me a lot. to feel more cleansed, but I also sometimes I'll use my spray. This spray I made, my everyday clearing spray, it's usually on Etsy, but it's out of stock right now. So those are the main two things I do. I don't really have like a big cleansing ritual, but we're gonna get into some things, y'all. That was just a little bit of the intro. All right, let me do my new intro for you. I'm gonna do both intros, so let's do the original first. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to, hold on, let me run it back. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie. Now I'm Bronx, and I'm here to take care of everybody for the Taurus Eclipse, full moon, ting dem. Yeah, I do need to get more serious about my singing and my poetry like I used to. So now my new intro that some of you guys may have not heard yet, which is mostly Patreon has heard it, is, hold on, let me remember it. It's a lot more chill. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a deep breath in and out. Exhale the doubt. Everything is okay. Now let's see what messages Mind Body Bronx has in store for today. So that's the new one, because my new alias, I guess, is Mind Body Bronx, not just Tarot by Bronx. So there's that. But I appreciate all of the interactions. I appreciate all of you guys being here and still being subscribed to my channel, even though I don't post as much on YouTube. Eventually, I feel like I will come back to YouTube full time. I just needed a break, you know. Let me see. Yeah, I do write poetry when I feel moved to. I used to write a lot in high school and in college. I used to do a lot of spoken word and stuffs. But without further ado, let's get into some of this. Saturn, yeah, I do have Saturn in my 5th house, and I've definitely felt it. But I've learned a lot of new things as well. All right, we had 100 people, y'all. Keep liking that. It's like TikTok. Keep tapping the screen. Keep giving me the thumbs up. Share this live. We're going to talk about some eclipse things. So full moons are, of course, a time of releasing, a time of closure, a time of completion. And with this Taurus eclipse, this is the last eclipse we're going to have in Taurus until like 2031. So it's a pretty big deal. It's pretty significant, especially for us fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. We're ending a 2-year-long cycle that we've been stuck in. And I do say stuck because fixed signs, we get stuck easily. So we're letting go, closing out, releasing a cycle that started in 2021. Okay. Now, eclipses, if you don't really know what like an eclipse is, they're in conjunction to the North and South node energies, but eclipses are times of fated changes where we don't need to get in the way of fate. So the difference, like my definition, the difference between fate and destiny is fate happens regardless of whatever path you choose to take. It's always going to happen at some point. Destiny is like your choices in life. Like, you know, you can choose your path, but fate is always going to intervene if something is meant to redirect you. And so things that are supposed to happen at this time are going to happen, or around, or during, or they say like it lasts for the next 6 months. So, you know, even if you avoided going out this weekend, whatever is meant to happen is going to get you. I'm not trying to scare you, but it's going to get you. Your life is going to get you. It's going to catch up to you regardless. If you stay inside or go out, don't matter. Eventually, when you're not thinking about it, it's going to pop up. But things can feel kind of chaotic around this time, or you may want to make a certain change if changes are not inflicted upon you. However, these things are meant to happen, and everything happens for a reason. So it's a part of like a bigger picture, a bigger purpose, right? So, I'm trying to find my notes for the eclipse. So I'm going to first answer some of the questions that people have asked me on my Patreon, and you may have similar questions as well. And then at the end, we can go back and forth and I'll read you guys' comments. But there's a lot of variety of questions. A lot of them are about like, how do I let go? How do I move on? How do I do this? How do I do that? So we're going to tap into it. And some human design questions people have asked me as well. But if you want to be able to ask me direct questions next time, get on my Patreon and comment whenever I do Q&As. So what I'll probably start doing, if you're on Patreon, you can ask me the questions so you can get like early access to the questions. Then I'll go live on YouTube and then, you know, we can come together. But if you really want your question answered, you gotta be on Patreon. But so let me see, because people left me quite a bit of questions. A lot of Gemini risings are going through things. Is there any Gemini risings in here? Like a lot of Gemini risings commented on the post about questions. I'm not going to read everybody's question in its entirety because they're kind of long, but the general idea. So this is one for Taurus placements also. And this person is a Taurus sun, Libra moon, Gemini rising, and is a projector. And basically they're saying that, and I've also seen a lot of other Taurus placements say that they've still been feeling very stuck. Like even though like this year was supposed to be like a lot of progression for Taurus and a lot of like good things happening for Taurus placements, if you're a Taurus feeling very stuck, this one says, generally as a Taurus, I'm not keen on change, but I am ready. How can I use this eclipse to finally make some real moves? So I find for Taurus placements that things don't change a lot of the time for Taurus unless they make that change. Because Taurus is associated with physical comfort and stability, a lot of the times I'll see Taurus stay in one spot for years and years and years, especially projector Taurus. They'll be in one spot for years and years and years, and nothing happens, nothing changes. Like they may have like minor shifts or like little things that like kind of, you know, are opportunities to change, but if they don't take it, then nothing is going to get done, nothing is going to move. So in the case of if you are a projector, if you do get some type of invitation to change jobs or start a new relationship or go out more and you don't take that, you know, then it's like you're just gonna be there. So how can you use this eclipse to finally make some real moves? I say really look at your life and see what changes you have been resisting, because I find Taurus one of the main signs that do resist change. Taurus, well, fixed signs of course, but I find Scorpio, I can't even say just Scorpio and Taurus, all the fixed signs really, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, hate change the most. But if you want to really make some real change, looking at your life and seeing what changes am I already resisting and how can I lean into that, and just do like one step at a time. Like just do something small to aid towards that, right? Like a lot of times we'll just try to wait until everything is aligned and everything is like perfectly makes sense to go step by step and move forward. But it doesn't always work like that. So, you know, write out things that you want to release, write out things that you want to change, write out how that change would look for you, if that makes you more comfortable, or what you would hope to gain from that change. That's like the biggest thing here. So yeah, it can take as long as it's gonna take. Like for me, I don't have Taurus placements, I have Scorpio placements, but on the same side of the spectrum, like just how like Taurus could stay in one place physically, Scorpio could stay in one place emotionally forever. And I definitely stay in a place emotionally, or I'll hold on to that emotional state of being, whether it's good or bad, for a long time, until I'm like, okay, I gotta drastically do something about this. So it's like the universe is supporting change right now. It's supporting you to make a final change, whether that be drastic or whether that's like just something you know you've needed to change for a while, for fixed signs, especially in Taurus. But that's definitely what I say. Thanks, Tamala. Good to see you. Now, gonna tie that back to what I was saying about Gemini risings, because somebody else is a Gemini rising asking for clarity. There are Geminis rising Taurus sun also. Very interesting. But they said, after the eclipse this weekend, is there anything I should look out for as far as the cycle closes? I feel like, especially for Taurus placements, things after this eclipse should begin to really move because this cycle is done. And like anything that was like, maybe you didn't realize you were holding on or holding back, or you were resisting something, but something's gonna click for you and you're gonna be like, okay, I see where I was like in my own way more, or how I need to move forward now. Before, it might have been kind of like a blind spot where you're like, kind of understand, kind of don't. But after this eclipse, yes, things should start looking more clear. And especially for Gemini rising, because the eclipses have been in your 12th and 6th houses the last 2 years. So full moon in the 12th, like there's some type of mental blockage. There's a mental blockage. I have the full moons now in my 12th and 6th. Or the eclipses, I mean, not the full moons. Because they're in Libra and Aries. My 12th house is in Libra. My 6th house is in Aries. So there's a lot of mental energy, a lot of like mental clearing of things where you're not always aware of subconsciously what's going on. And so especially for Gemini risings, there's a cycle you've been in where you've been mentally blocked from figuring out what you need to do. But now, we're moving on up. We're moving on up and away from that. Yeah, Gemini risings would have Taurus in 12th. Okay. So, let me see what else. What other questions? Okay, somebody did ask me about Aquarius. Let's see. Let me see where it's happening for Aquarius. 4th house. Okay, so if you're in an Aquarius placement, especially sun or rising, this could resonate for you. Someone says they've been lost and unsure of what steps to take to get back on track. They feel unhappy and lonely. What am I missing from my messages? How can I make the most out of this cycle? How can I finally change for the better? So Aquarius placements, the eclipses have been happening for you, well, mostly Aquarius rising, in the 4th house and the 10th house the last 2 years. So there has been a lot of going back and forth between what makes me emotionally happy versus like, how do I show up in the world? How do I like represent myself in a career place, or like in your status, because 10th house is your long-term career. So if you're feeling kind of lost as an Aquarius placement, it's likely because either you're not fully being authentic when it comes down to what you want to do career-wise, or like you're not putting yourself in that position to excel in your career because you're keeping yourself in a box. Like, okay, I'm just going to do this traditional thing, or I'm going to do this thing that like my parents want me to do or other people expect me to do. Or it can be you're not in the right environment at home. Like you need to be somewhere else. Or like you need to find more emotional comfort, emotional safety. Like it could be moving. It could be getting away from family trauma. Like a lot of family trauma stuff could have come up for you over the last 2 years, and you need to like separate yourself from family, or you know, it could be even the other way, like reconcile something with family. But for Aquarius, finally making that change for the better looks like you finally releasing whatever is stopping you from meeting your emotional needs, whether that's like tending to your family, putting other people first, that's like whatever it is that you're like not able to create an emotional safety within yourself for some reason. Okay. Let me go back. Hold on, sorry y'all. I done lost the questions. I can love you better. All right. So we got Virgo rising especially. So Virgo sun and Virgo rising. For Virgos, the eclipses was hitting in the 9th house. I'm finding that people are coming across very judgmental of me, and I'm having to face a lot of my own insecurities. Should I be keeping it low-key for the rest of the year and focus on shadow work? So because in the 9th house, if you have Virgo rising, because the 9th house is, this can be for Virgo suns too, but the 9th house is about your inner truth, right? And so a lot of people aren't going to like or respect your truth. And the lesson is to not try to change their minds, not try to change their opinions. Just keep living in your truth, but also set boundaries with people who don't respect yours. Like, if you respect theirs or you don't agree but you respect it, leave it alone. But if they don't respect yours, then just keep them at a distance. That doesn't mean that you should stop believing things or stop talking about what you believe in, saying your inner truth, you know, living in what you feel like is best for you. So, no, I don't think you need to be low-key for the rest of the year. And, you know, there's a lot to face with. If people criticize your opinions, then of course it starts to feel like my opinion is wrong. But that's not true. That's not necessarily true. So you don't have to be low-key. You should focus on shadow work, though, and figure out, like, what's coming up for you when people don't agree with you, or why you feel the need for people to agree with you. You know, maybe some type of validation wound or something like that. But, you know, keep saying what you want to say. Keep being yourself. All right, let's see. All right, Scorpio, we're gonna talk to you for a minute. Scorpio. I know some Scorpio risings I saw in here. Scorpios, and really this can be for any Scorpio placements, but I say definitely Scorpio moon rising. I think Mars in Scorpio till like November. I don't remember the exact date. It's sometime in November. I want to say the 16th. I could be wrong though. Yeah, there's some cardinal stuff in here too. Like there's a couple cardinal placements. But somebody said, and you could probably resonate with this if you're a Scorpio. Somebody said, I've been feeling the desire to come clean and pour out all my thoughts and truths as of lately. As a Scorpio, I keep the most ridiculous things hidden, big or small, and I'm tired of being in the dark. I'm scared, but if I don't ever expose my truth, will I ever be free from my mind? Is this a good time? Because releasing, or a bad time, especially with these events going on. So, you know, Scorpio, we do have a tendency to be very private, and just with things that, just everything. Everything, or things that, you know, aren't super significant, just small, minuscule details. But I think that also we don't need to operate in extremes with that, because this person is saying they kind of want to lay it all out at once. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is about extremes. So that can be like all or nothing. Like, I just want to say everything at once. Like, I want to get it all out there. Or I want to be completely closed off. So we don't need to do that. Like, we can maybe narrow down a few ways or a few things. We can like test the waters and be like, I thought I was a Capricorn. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But, like, we can narrow down a few ways of like what we want to like open up about, or like, you know, just starting to be more honest with ourselves. First, we don't need to say everything. We don't need to confess all our sins at once. But, you know, I've been working on that the last few years, where I want people to ask more about me, or I want people to know more about me. But sometimes I won't say anything about myself until it's asked. And Scorpio's like that, where we won't say anything unless somebody asks. And I don't feel like that needs to be applied in every circumstance. Like, some stuff, yeah, but not everything. So, you know, it's just a matter of like, why do you feel like you're so secretive? Like, you just not trust people, or what is that? I think a little more context as to why can help you to start unpacking, or just start small and like open up a little bit at a time with things or with people. But I have a 3rd house stellium in Capricorn. So I have been told I come across as Capricorn because I have a lot of Capricorn energy, I guess. So yeah, let me know in the comments for those Scorpios here, if you feel like you're more secretive. Why is that? Or do you feel like you're very secretive over like small things? I feel like I hold back a lot because, well, just kind of like introspective. Like, I hold back sometimes because I need to feel out the vibe, the energy first, to see who I'm speaking to. I do feel like it comes from trauma sometimes, but I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what else I was gonna say. Whatever. Yeah, it could be an 8th house thing too. I don't have any 8th house placements, so I can't say. But it's like one of those things where I really admire Aquarius and Leo energy for that reason, because they're square to Scorpio. So we have a common goal, but we have a different approach of how we want to get there. So it's like I'm inspired by them because they have such an ability to be open with everybody. Like, and Aquarius, not like necessarily in a deep emotional way, but they can just talk to people. Like, they can talk to strangers, or they can like be intellectual. And Leos can give their energy very openly and freely for the most part, and make other people feel very loved and warm and invited. So I'm just like, I want to be more like that. You know, I want to be myself, but I don't want to be like closed off. So that was one thing for Scorpios, for you guys to kind of reflect and ponder upon. Okay. Definitely easier because I don't want this energy impacting. Yeah, sometimes people say Gemini, but not really. People mostly say, what have I gotten? I mean, I've gotten kind of everything, to be honest. I've gotten Leo, Libra, Capricorn. I think Taurus a few times. But in my sidereal chart, or sidereal chart, I'm a Leo sun, Libra moon, Libra rising. I have a lot of Leo and Libra in that chart. Like, all Leo and Libra. Let me see what else y'all said. All right, so for Libra placements, Libra Sun, Libra Rising, somebody said, after the eclipse, what blockages should I see go away? So for Libra placements, it was happening in the 8th house. This time it's happening in the 8th house, this last eclipse. Do you feel it's easier to be open via text or in person? Online. Online, I'm working on that in person because I have social anxiety and I've always been shy growing up, even though I'm very conversational. But I just feel awkward in person. But I've had no problem just being on camera. I love being on camera or being more in my space. But being in groups still feels a little uncomfortable to me because I'm not fully secure yet, I guess, in my energy or my, I don't know how to explain it. But that's something I'm acknowledging. Yeah, it's crazy because, like, some people could talk in person, but they hate talking online. And some people can talk online, but hate being in person. It's weird. It's weird. Oh, sorry, Libra. So Libra placements, after this eclipse, definitely financial blockages, if you've had any, will clear. Because you've had a lot of lessons in your 8th and 2nd house. So how you handle money and how you handle dealings with other people. Like, if you've had any work relationships, business partnerships, those definitely will start to get better or make more sense. And as well as, like, your, what do you call it, your self-worth and how it might have been tied to your stability or how much money you were making, that those blockages are also going to be going away. The Jupiter retrograde, it was in my 7th. I don't know. Like, my relationships have been really, over the last 2 years, they've been really up and down. I've pretty much lost everybody and then gained new people. So that was interesting. All right, let me see who else we have that asked me a question. Let's see. Leo, somebody asked about Leo. You know, I love ASMR. I've done before I did this channel, this channel was an ASMR channel. And then I found tarot and I changed it to tarot. I did one ASMR video and I was like, oh, tarot. Let me change it to tarot. I think it was like ASMR by Bronx, something like that. But I like ASMR too. But I just wouldn't do it consistently. All right, Leo, 10th house career. So yeah, this last push for Leo and career, helping you to be more authentic with, like, your long-term career goals. Oh, I talked about Taurus, not Taurus. Well, I talked a little bit about Taurus rising, but we'll get there. I'm just trying to answer all these questions that my patrons asked me first. But most of them did ask about, like, all the signs. Okay, let me focus. Leo. This person was asking, will there be any progress for friendship in the foreseeable future because friends have been shitty? So if something's going on with friends, that might not be conjunct to the eclipse necessarily. That could be something else going on. Oh, there's Scorpio rising. So that's 7th house. Yeah, friendships. Yeah, Scorpio, our friendships and relationships might have been a little wonky. But for Leo risings, if you've had any career blockages, or you've faced a loss in career, or you felt like you've been confused about where your career is heading, you're going to have something that you're releasing in terms of career. So that can be you're getting a new job, or you're changing jobs, or starting a new job, leaving a job, something like that. But you're figuring out a new way how you want to show up in your reputation, or in what success looks like to you, what status looks like to you. And this can also be like something you're releasing with your career, where maybe you didn't feel worthy enough to be in a certain position. All right. Human design. Is there people that know human design in this chat? So we can talk about that too before we get to... Oh, my back. It's not comfortable. Let me sit back. It's stressful. Hey, that's my friend in here. All right, because somebody was asking me about generators. I still got my human design workshop. I'm almost done with it now. Like, I'll probably sell it eventually, like in the next month when it's completely done. But all the content is still up there if you want to check it out before I sell it. Oh, let me turn down this light. It's blinding me. Oof, eyes, child. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's been fun. It's been fun doing it. So somebody said, do you mind talking a little bit about human design and what this eclipse can help generators with? Sacred authority or release, get in tune with. I'm trying to think where to start, because that's kind of a broad question with like tying it into the eclipse. Well, before I get into that, for the human design workshop, I've posted about it on Patreon quite a bit. So it's in one of the posts. Maybe you have to scroll back a little bit and find it, but it's a separate Patreon for that, because some people may not have wanted to see that on Patreon, so I separated them. So you can join on another Patreon, and it's everything. It explains everything, your whole chart, your type, strategy, authority, arrows, profiles, gates, everything in the chart. I broke it down section by section. I could see the moon shining in here. But, you know, with this eclipse for generators, I feel like generators and MG, it's good to release any blockages that are stopping you from, like, accessing or feeling your excitement, right? Because sometimes with generators, we go through periods where we don't really feel excited. Like, we don't really feel excited. We get in a plateau. We're just stagnant. Nothing's happening. Nothing's going on. And we're just like, what's happening? So this is a good time you can release blockages that are stopping you from experiencing excitement, or things in your life you need to let go of that are making you not excited. Because the more things you have in your life that are not exciting, the less you're going to feel excitement. So if you're just like looking in your life and you're like, okay, let me identify everything that's making me frustrated or not excited. And if I can eliminate that or minimize that, then I can make some room for things that are exciting. I do not know what phase of the moon I was born in. I think it was like waning. The generator thing to run out of battery during full moons and just needing to sleep. I mean, maybe. I don't really notice because I don't always pay attention, but it could be. Like we are usually not the type to run out of energy all the time, like the other types. But if you notice or you keep track, I need to get you one of these so you can write it down how you feel. This is my moon manifestation journal. It's just a notebook where you can like keep all of your moon cycles in. It's just, oh, that's mine. I wrote in that already. But it's just plain. Eventually I'll make another one where it's more like it has different things in it. But if you are somebody that you're always writing in different places, or you have a whole bunch of different journals for different things, just get one where you can write everything for the new moon and the full moon and the eclipses all in one place, and write how you feel and what's going on, so you can track like how you're feeling during those moons. Okay. I forgot the music was on, to be honest. Yeah, like it's different for everybody. It depends. It depends on like your placements and stuff too. Let's see. Oh God, people ask me so many questions. Aries rising. Aries, trying to understand what's next, so especially with money and keeping. There was a good question on here that I wanted to answer, but it was, I don't remember. Let me see if I can find it. But if you are an Aries or a Libra placement, I don't know what that is, but like, if you know, you might have felt a lot of shifts like recently as the nodes transitioned from Taurus and Scorpio to Aries and Libra. And someone says they're trying to understand what's next and let go of old patterns that do not serve them, and feel like the last 2 to 3 years have been hard lessons, looking for relief or a break. So honestly, it's gonna be for example, for me, having Scorpio placements, the Taurus and Scorpio eclipses, like I didn't fully understand what was happening until the end, like until this last eclipse. Like I didn't understand like why I had to go through these lessons. Like it's hard to understand what's going on when you're in it, but then like in hindsight you're like, oh, okay, I see why I went through that. I see why this happened, why that happened. And so that's kind of like what's happening for me, where I learned all these lessons about friendships and relationships, and I'm like, okay, I see now my part and this and that. So for Aries and Libra, now that you're in the midst of the transformation process, where because the nodes are in those signs, you're not going to fully understand what's happening until after it's done. And so that's not to say like it's going to be miserable the whole time, because I was not miserable the whole time. Like really only the beginning of the eclipses rocked my world. But after that, it was smooth sailing. But that's because, this also plays a part, because it's all about how you integrate those lessons. Like if you're the type of person that if something happens to you, you resist the change, or you don't try to understand, okay, what lesson is this teaching me? How do I grow as a person? How do I evolve? You're going to just keep repeating it. You're going to keep going through it. But if you understand what you're meant to release or let go of or move on from, and you just do it, you're not going to have to keep going through. So I had that one lesson. I understood, okay, I need to let go of these people. I need to move different. I need to be more discerning. And I never had to deal with it again the whole rest of the transits. So it's like, if you are going through a karmic cycle in your life, you have to look at yourself and be like, okay, what am I continuously doing to get myself in these situations? Like some stuff, yeah, it's out of our control. But if you have a recurring theme, whether it's in relationships, whether it's with money, whether it's with family, there's a recurring theme in your life, and you're just like kind of oblivious, like, I don't know, like I'm like, the universe just hates me. No. Like, get grounded and think realistically, okay, what lesson is this probably trying to show me? Like, is it about me needing to have better boundaries, me needing to be more honest, more authentic, me needing to separate myself? What? You know, there's some lesson there. So all that to say, for Aries and Libra, you don't have to go through the ringer. You don't have to wait until the end to understand the lesson. You will understand more in hindsight. But the lessons for Aries and Libra specifically are more geared towards identity. So if you are not being honest in your identity, or you are falling into codependency with people, or you're allowing your identity to change depending on who you're around, then you'll have a lot of like harsh lessons surrounding that, instead of like, you're like, okay, I need to be more honest, I need to be more forthcoming, I need to be more assertive in these ways, or I need to be more compromising or less compromising, whatever. It's about relational stuff, right? It's about how you show up, what you identify as, who you identify as. Those are going to be the lessons for the Aries placements and the Libra placements, where if you understand, you catch on quickly and see, okay, I see the pattern, you make an adjustment, then you'll be good to go. And that's for any Aries and Libra placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, all of yous. All of yous. All right, let's see. Let's see. Have you tried meditation? Meditation has never really worked for me personally. I believe it does work. Anything that you find comfort in works, like, or you feel clarity. But like, I've never been a meditation type of person. Like, I guess more non-traditional ways of meditation, like going for a drive or walking, but not like actually just sitting with my eyes closed. Like, anything can be meditative, I guess. I was gonna start back coloring too. Okay. I don't know. I try to meditate so I can like maybe hear intuitive messages more, but it didn't really work for me. Okay, I don't understand what this question is really saying, so I'm not going to answer that one. Okay, I think I kind of answered all the questions in here for the most part. Okay, one thing I will answer is what's supposed to end for Scorpio rising. One thing I will answer that isn't tied to like any zodiac sign, that is just kind of more of like a general thing, is like, if you struggle with this says how to smooth the path with people that have just hated you since you met for no reason. And this is definitely something that's more prevalent in Scorpio placements. It could be more 8th house placements too. Well, I've seen it with Leo too, a lot. But you know, it's not your job to figure out why people like you or don't like you. It's really not. Especially, it's hard when it's your family member or people that are supposed to like you, I guess. But I think getting wrapped up in people's opinions, or like people, or you wanting their approval, is just going to take you down a path of questioning your own worth and your own sanity. because you'll never be able to figure out or understand why people feel the way they do towards you. And most of the time, it has nothing to do with you. It's usually something about you. I've had a lot of situations in my life where people have treated me a certain way or have a certain reaction to me, and I don't know why. Adults, people my age, whoever. So it's just about a certain energy you give off. It's like a blind spot. You won't be able to understand it because it's not about you, really, especially if you didn't do anything to them directly. It's about their insecurity to how you carry yourself or how you move. So, you know, that's something to consider. If you are someone right now that's getting caught up in like, why don't they like me? Why don't they treat me good? Or why they leave me? It's hard, you know. There's something, let me go back to this thing real quick that I want to touch on, kind of similar to that. Why people kind of leave our lives, or why people may not choose you. It's like something about you is like not the safest option. Like people are gonna go towards whoever is the safest option. Somebody need to record this part. Somebody need to screenshot this part, or screen record this part, because this is a preachable moment. People will always go with like, what is the safest option? You know, whatever is, I guess, more familiar to them, for example. So like if you're connecting with people that are used to drama and chaos and you're not that, they don't want to choose that because you're not going to go there with them, you know? Or if you bring the light, you bring the peace, then it's just not going to happen. And people want to choose people that they don't have to really put in that work for a lot of the times. Like if you're somebody that has boundaries and you have standards and you have a lot going for you, like people are intimidated by that and they're not going to want to invest, especially if they have their own insecurities. So people will leave you for whatever's easier, whatever's safer, whatever's less complex, whatever's like not challenging. If you're somebody who is challenging, like, yeah, I'm a challenger. Like I'm gonna challenge you to think. Like I'm gonna make you grow and be self-aware and reflect, because that's how I am. And a lot of people are like, well, you know, I didn't know that this came with all that. So they leave. Now I can acknowledge it and understand that that's what it is. But before I was like, and it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean that it doesn't make you sad. It does. It bothers me quite a bit because I'm like, why can't you just grow? Why can't you just do what you need to do? But people don't, everybody don't think like that. So it's like people see a reflection of work that they want to be more like, or they know that they cannot live up to. And some people are just not strong enough for that. Okay. So, you know, I guess take it kind of as a compliment, even if it doesn't feel like it. Some people are just not strong enough to be in your energy, in your presence. So that's my sidebar on that. It's like I guess in one side of it, I feel like I'm a safe option, because it's like, it's just, I'll bring the peace and the calm. But to a lot of people, that's not safe. You get me? Like if you're used to like people that are toxic and chaotic and blah, 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 like you being the opposite of that actually feels unsafe. It feels unfamiliar. That can go vice versa. It can be for you too. If you're used to chaos and drama and all this and that, then people that are safe feel unsafe. Very interesting how the mind works, you know? Let's see what you guys have to say. Yeah, I have a lot of old friends where I feel like maybe I was a little bit more high maintenance than they would rather me be. Where I like a lot more intimacy or one-on-one time and things, and they just like, eh, we're not like that. I mean, some people are like low maintenance friends, and that's fine. But I'm trying to get to a point where like I don't just put all my energy in one person. Like I don't want to just have all my intimacy go in my romantic partnership, because that was my problem before. Like especially Scorpio, we just can have such a line of vision where it's just like all in one person. So I was like, I need to give some more of this to my friends and like whoever. But you know, a lot of people don't do it like that. Yeah, peace can definitely trigger someone who's used to chaos. It used to trigger me a lot. It still does sometimes. But it's gotten better because I'm aware that it's a trigger. So yeah. That's why I like I do like air signs on an intellectual level, but I always want to get deeper with them and they never want to get deep with me. That's where the problem is. Because I feel like they're so intellectually stimulating, which I love. I feel like more than other signs, but I can't believe it's been an hour already. It went by kind of fast. This was cute though. I'll probably be on here for like maybe another 10 minutes with y'all. And I be trying to commit to like saying, okay, I'm gonna go live like once a month. It has to be when I feel the excitement, you know. Yeah, Aquarius Mercury is cute. That's my breast of Mercury. I think yeah, I think Aquarius Mercury. Who else? I like Aquarius Mercury, and I like Cancer Mercury. My favorite Mercury placements. Yeah, y'all be safe. It has been a lot of car accidents lately. But it's okay. I'm gonna get off soon. Anyway, I'm tired. Going live is so draining to me. I don't know how people do this every day. I think I know my social battery is just, it just be low. I don't know what they're doing outside. It's making too much noise. What is this plan? Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say, y'all. I was just reading the comments. I'm done talking, Tommy. The eclipse is technically over. But, you know, it lasts. The energy will linger for the rest of the week and then the next 6 months, I think. Oh, wait, let me see. Cancer. Where I put that? Cancer, 11th house. Definitely stuff going regarding your friendships. Could be releasing some friends. Changing social circles. Could be some different things happening with social media. Or maybe you're going to take on a new role on social media. Or you might consider doing something different with social media. But there's something along the lines of releasing the way that you show up in a group setting where maybe you felt different or like the oddball out in a group. Cancer rising specifically, but this can resonate for Cancer suns too. But maybe you just feel like you've outgrown a certain social group or network and you're like, I want to network differently or be around different people or experience different energies, or I don't feel understood where I'm at. So you may like want to dabble in different social settings. I'm still tired from yesterday. That's why I'm not going nowhere tonight. I'll be right here at home. But if you guys go out tonight, be safe, all right? Especially driving. You know, the crazies is out. Halloween weekend. I'm glad you guys got some clarity and some realizations. For anybody question that commented on Patreon, if I didn't get to it, you can put in the chat on Patreon, the group chat, and we can talk about it. But I appreciate y'all who showed up today on YouTube, because you know I don't go live on here, but every few months. Because going live is so tiring to me. I don't know why. I be sleepy. The spooky basket. I would if it was in here. It was cute though. It lit up and everything. But it was, and I took some stuff out of it now, so it don't look like how it looked when they first got it. But it was like some socks and some candy and a stuffed animal, little plush that's like a little bat. I can't remember what else was in there, but it was a lot of cute stuff. Anything else prominent? I think everything's in Scorpio now. Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Scorpio. I feel like I'm gonna remember when I get off here, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that was happening. But this was like the greatest event for October, this eclipse. So nothing else that I can think of necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. Because I haven't looked at November yet, so I gotta see what's going on. But when I do know, y'all will know, because I will post it on TikTok most likely, and Instagram. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off here. Yeah, I'm tired. I had a good amount of energy when I first got on. It's the light too in my eyes. And I usually don't thanks, boo. I usually don't do live streams late at night either. I usually do it early in the day. But you know, I had to recover. No one but you. But yeah, y'all, make sure you follow me on TikTok. Block all the fake pages. I know there's a lot of them, but I'm MINDBODYBRONX on TikTok, where you'll see a lot more updates. If you still want to keep up with me, Patreon, of course, I still post videos, month ahead videos. I'm doing one for November. I don't know about the individual signs. It's like I want to, but I don't. So as of now, I will say probably not. I don't know. It just don't excite me. You know, I'm a generator. It don't excite me like it used to. Like I like the idea of it, but like it's very draining. And the shorts are cute, but like at the same time that also don't really excite me, because like I like to talk. Like I'm not good at, like, I guess, keeping things brief. Like I like to, I'm detail oriented. Like I don't like to just be like something generalized and it's so like like it's hard for me to sum up what I want to say in like a minute. That's why I don't like shorts. But I miss them too. And like I said, I may come back. There's like it's like a 60 to 70% chance. I just don't know when. Something will prompt me, hopefully. But yeah, I miss them. I just don't really feel like it. But like I said, on Patreon, I do just as many videos. Like, and I don't do like all the individual signs, but I'll do like, I'll do individual signs in a video, or I'll do like break them up in videos. So it's kind of like, it helps, which I could do on YouTube too, but I don't want to, but when I do want to, I'll know that I want to. That's crazy. Like, look on my other phone, how it's like it popped up, the live. Let's see. I think that's everything I had to say. I feel like there was one more thing, but I don't remember. Well, it's been lovely, y'all. Oh yeah, about the fake pages. Just block them. Block them and report them. Don't send them to me. Do not send me no more fake pages. I can't take it anymore. Yeah, sometimes I'll open up like free trials on Patreon so you can see what's going on. I did that recently for the Scorpios tier for Scorpio season for a day. And I did it for my all access tier September. So, you know, look out for those if you ever want to jump on. I don't know if I'll do it again next month. I'll probably do it for like Christmas or something. Come on. Joey wants to say goodbye. I don't know who's saying that. I seen somebody said the sun is in Virgo. I'm like, what y'all talking about? I don't get it. Like, it's not even. It'd be different if we were still in Libra season, because I'd be like, okay, in Vedic astrology, yeah, but yeah, this is JoJo. He's been around for a long time. But he's a baby. Don't let him fool you. He look big on camera, but he's small. Like, he's little. He's not quite a senior yet. He's 6 years old, I think, this year. Yeah, 6. Is he spiritual? Like, what does that mean? Hello. Why are you staring at me? OMG. Wow, 20 is old. That's old doggy. Go out or stay in. I would go out if I didn't already go out last night. I'd probably go out. I'm tired. Like, I rarely go out like 2 nights in a row anymore, like I used to. We're getting older. You are late. I'm about to get off here. But you can watch the playback if you like. All right, Joey, you gotta get down because you're not even sitting. Say bye. He's a good boy. I don't know. I can't say if he's like a spirit animal. Maybe. He ain't protect me from getting hurt. But he loves to be in the videos. Like, every time I like, when I used to record, especially in college, he was always in the videos. Or like when I used to sit on my floor, he was in the video all the time. You would always see him. Okay, I done said bye, and I was like, I still haven't hung up the phone. Goodbye, you guys. I hope you have an amazing evening. And be safe if you decide to go out. And stay tuned for more. Hopefully another live before the year is over. I believe so. Probably like an end of the year. If not, Thanksgiving live. We'll see where we at. But good night. I'll see you when you see me. Tarot by Bronx. Mind, Body, Bronx. On everything.